this is Boogess Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Marvel Legends Ultimate Riders Ghost Rider figure. So before we take a look at Ghost Rider, let's take a look at the bike and accessories that he comes with. So, I do have quite a few issues with this set, because I really thought that I would like it, but I have a lot more issues with it than I thought I would. Like, first of all, you can't even get him to set on the bike really good. Like, if you have him setting, then his arms will just, like that doesn't look right. And his head can't look up, so you really can't have him looking up where he should be. I don't know. I just have a lot of issues with this. Like, he can't set on it like the way that I wish he could. Because I have the previous Toy Biz versions, and they can set on their bikes just fine. So let's go ahead and take Ghost Rider off here. He can't really set on this bike anyway, so let's go ahead and let's just set him back here. So looking at the bike, I do think it looks a little generic too, because like right here where the engine and stuff is at, there's really no paint detail or anything. It's just cast in this collar, this silver collar. And then if you turn it around on the other side here, it's got screws in it holding it together. And that's kind of what makes it look cheap to me, because that's how like dollar store toys look. You can see the screws visibly. And that does trouble me, because maybe you're just supposed to have him stand by it. But to me, if the figure is called Ghost Rider, then you should be able to, have him ride the bike. And another issue I have with this is the flames right here attached to these pegs. And there's holes right there, you can see them. And they're supposed to attach, but they do not. They just... And what hinders it right here is this, the windshield, I guess? Whatever this is, the skull piece right here. Which, it is removable. All the flames are removable, which is cool, but also a bad thing at the same time, because the only way the flames will stay on... Wait, do I even have it in the right place? Yeah. The only way the flames will stay on... Okay, I guess it won't even stay on like that. So, the flames right here, where this goes, where this pops onto, is constantly falling off. One thing that did surprise me is that the wheels are made of real rubber, translucent yellow rubber, which looks pretty cool. Back here he has these flames that detach right there. They have a peg that just ports in. And it also has a peg right here that ports in to the top right here. But it'll never go in for me. It just stays like that, like it'll just pop right back out. Now the left side isn't too bad about it, but the right side is very bad for that. So if you wanted to look at how the bike looks just like that, it does look pretty good. But then it still has this right here, and the translucent wheels. So, not really sure why the flames were removable. I think it would have been fine if they were just glued on. Like if they were just left like this. Let me see. There. Have to put that back in there. And it's a real bummer that those two pieces right up here won't stay on. I think that was a little bit of poor planning. There was rubber bands holding them on. And I took those off because that's a little bit of an eyesore. And these are meant to be removable. But they should have been able to stay on without the rubber bands. That I shouldn't have had to leave them on there for that. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, he also has this right here. The kickstand. And it just goes up like that. And down like that. So I will leave that sit there. So now let's go ahead. Oh, I also forgot. Ghost Rider does come with this chain, which is something the last figure lacked. And you can't hold it just like that. So now let's take a look at Ghost Rider. So I don't have the regular Rhino version of this figure. The Rhino series version of this figure. But I do think that this one looks better based on the images I've seen. And this is supposed to be based on the classic Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. This is more of his classic collars. The black and white, I think that was more of like the 90s collars, because this was how he appeared in his first appearance, the navy and light blue collars. So, I think the paint apps on his skull are very, very nice. I like how he has little red dots right there for his eyes. Well, he doesn't really have eyes, but in this form he kind of does. Right there, you can see his spinal cord. Looks pretty cool because it's in that translucent yellow. I do think the flames look nice as well. And this figure uses the, I think this was the first figure to use it, this body mold, but then they ended up reusing this for the Star-Lord, the Entertainment of Star-Lord, which I have, but I couldn't find it, so I didn't dig it out, but looks pretty nice. Now, my whole thing with this set is I do not like the bike at all. And, of course, this is just my opinion, but I don't feel like I should have to pay $40 just to get this figure. Because I don't like this bike at all. And, I love this figure. I absolutely love this Ghost Rider figure. It's actually my favorite Ghost Rider figure. But I just don't like the bike, and I don't see paying $40 for just this figure. Because, as you can see, the flames won't stay on the bike. He can't actually ride the bike. I don't know, that's one of my big issues with this set, is he can't ride on it the way he should. He's just hovering above it if you put him the way that he's actually supposed to be. So, now I'm going to go over the articulation for this figure. He's got a ball-jointed head that can look up that far. He can look down that far. He can move his head side to side. He's got ball-jointed shoulders that can move out that far. He's got a swivel at the bicep. Double-jointed elbow, swivel at the wrist, can move side to side, and up and down. He's got an ab crunch that can move back that far, and down that far. He's got a swivel at the waist. He's got ball-jointed hips that can move out that far. He can kick forward all the way, back not very far. Actually, he really can't move back at all. He's got a swivel at the thigh, double-jointed knee, swivel at the ankle, and an ankle rocker. So, So, the articulation for this figure is pretty good, too. But, again, I just really don't like this set, because the only thing I liked about this set was Ghost Rider, not the bike. And you're basically paying for the bike and Ghost Rider. So, now I will show a comparison of the bikes. Actually, let me try to get him back on the bike. It might take a couple minutes here. Just because I am doing it on camera, it's a lot faster if I'm doing it off camera. But even if you get him in this pose, his legs are kind of pointing outward. And if you try to get him or to sit on the seat the way he's supposed to, his knees will go out like that, which looks very terrible. So I kind of have to have him doing that. Let's just... Another thing is I'm stretching his hands out every time I try to get his hands on the handlebars there. So see, if you have him the way he should be, then he's hovering above the seat. And if you put his legs the way they should be, then he does that. And he's still not really sitting on it like he should. And that looks really funny. So I'm going to do a comparison to the other Ghost Rider figures. So here we go. Here he is next to the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider from Toy Biz. And this one is still my favorite, because he can ride on the bike just fine. He is leaning back a little bit because I couldn't really find this figure before I did this video. And once I found him, I kind of just put him on... not the way he should actually be, but just put him on there. And still, this is the best version of Ghost Rider in my opinion. This one is the best, and it looks the best. And then here he is next to the Toy Biz Dan Ketch Ghost Rider. And this one just fell over right now. But I think what would have helped this figure too, this Ghost Rider, is that if he would have had a ball jointed neck and head, it was kind of like a barbell joint, that would have helped this, or that figure, not this figure. That's what this figure has, and he can look up. That one doesn't really look up, he's just looking down. Oops. I have a really small space here, so if you're wondering why I'm knocking stuff over, it's because I really don't have much space here, and I'm trying to fit these big motorcycles on. And then here is my favorite version, the Ghost Rider movie version. Which, the movie wasn't the greatest, but this still looks really awesome. And it does light up. The battery is dead in this one, though. Batteries have been dead for quite a while. But this one looks really awesome. It kind of looks like this one, just a little bit. So, overall, this set, I wouldn't buy it, just because the only thing I like about it is the figure. I don't like the motorcycle. And that's why I'm probably not going to buy Black Widow, or buy her if she goes on sale, because I've seen people finding her and Ghost Rider for $20 at Walmart. And that's the only way I'd buy this, is if it was $20, because I paid $40 for this. And the bike, Ghost Rider really can't stand on the bike, because if you look, he's, his foot, if you have him the way he should be, he's just setting it down on the ground, in my diorama here. It's not even actually up here where it should be. So, I have a lot of issues with this. Could just be mine, but I'm going to hold off on buying the Black Widow for now, especially after paying $40 for this. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.